Hello guys, a warm welcome tonight to the channel as we have a lovely Transavia livery, the PeterPan livery, as we are at Sofia airport in Bulgaria, and we're going to be taking her to Romania. As I looked on the storm weather, and there's quite a lot of bad winds there, so we're going to be going to Runway International Airport. As you can see, this aircraft is a very lovely airport with a lovely aircraft. The livery is very nice. It's nice and colourful. Peter Pan, the boy that never wanted to grow up. So, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I hope you enjoy the flight today, and let's get into the cockpit and start things all up, ready for our departure. So, take your seats and let's get in there. Okay, so now we're in the 737-800 cockpit. What we can do is we'll get all of our panels ready, and we'll do the front on the front when it's the battery's on. So we've got battery on and guarded. Got a standby power on and our ground power on as well. Go put our DCs to bat and ground power. We'll then get our IRSs done. Put them onto nav. We can arm the emergency lights. We'll put our seat belts on and our chimes. After that, we'll go and test the window heat. It's fine, we can turn that on along with the probe heats. Then we'll put our trim air on, put one pump in for the APU. We can go turn our packs on now. Once the APU comes on, then we'll go ahead and put the APU bleed on, put our electric hydraulics on as well. And then what we can do is we'll go into the FMC. We can firstly go and have a look and see what the ATIS is for Sofia. So Lima, Bravo, Sierra, Foxtrot. And then we'll go and do the IRS. So let's shove that in there. Go across, let's get our panel lights all set up so that we look nice. We're coming in for the ILS today for runway 26 left, so that should be pretty fun too. Nice one just today. Don't know why I just sent it back off again, but you know. Okay, so here's our ATIS. We've got a variable at 02 knots, and we've got a QNH of 1021. So let's go ahead and set the FMC up. So we've got Lima, Bravo, Sierra, Foxtrot, and we've also got Lima, Romeo, Oscar, Papa, which is all there. So for our departure today, we're going to be departing from runway 27, and we're going to be taking the Goal 1 Tango, and then from there take the Mike 987, which is going to take us to Sodom, and then from there we'll put in our star. So we've got Sordu, and then from Sordu we're going to our arrival. Now I want to go to use the star, which is the Valpa to Foxtrot, if it's there, which it's not. So we'll use the actual star that was set up with the flight plan, and that is the Sordu 3 Foxtrot. 3 Echo. That'll be the one. Maybe not. Okay, so we'll take the Sword 1 X-ray and we're going to be coming in for the ILS 26 left, so we'll put that on and then we'll go to our route. We can activate that now. Go ahead and switch over onto the gens. We'll put the APU gen now on and turn the APU bleed. Go for a cruise of 300 and our landing elevation down in the airport is 303. So we can put that to 300. We'll go back into the FMC. Okay, so we're going to go for a flaps 5 of 147 of V1 rotate, and we've got a V2 of 154. So we'll go ahead and bug the 154 now, and we're going for 300. May start the descent a little early, so we'll go ahead and turn the auto throttles on and our flight directors. The QNH into the airport is 1021. So go ahead and do that. Now we'll do our first officers. 1021. So now what we can do is get the aircraft all set up to go. So let's turn our pumps on, we'll turn our packs off. We'll put our strobes to steady, put our anti-collision, and now let's go ahead, put our yaw damper on as well, and now we can call the tug to come and get us.
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, so let's go ahead now and release the parking brake. There we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, so we're going to start engines now, so we'll go with engine number 2. What we can do now is we'll go ahead and start number 1. Okay, so whilst we're just pushing back now, we'll set our auto brake to RTO, as we're now going to go travel down for runway 27. So skies look okay. We'll find out about the ATIS when we get closer to Romania. So let's go ahead and turn our thing on, and I want to turn the panel light on here. Go.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, so set parking brake. Let's go switch over now.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Put the battery onto Gen 1. We'll turn our packs on.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. Well, see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. Bye bye. So what we're going to do now is we'll drop our flaps 5. And then we'll do our control test, and then we'll head on down mic and get out of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our control test. So we've got full left, full right, got it forwards and backwards, and now rudder left and rudder right. Well, there's rudder right. So we're all set to go now. I have no problems with the aircraft, so I'm quite happy. So let's ding the cabin and let them know that we're going. We'll turn the isolation valve onto auto before I forget. Now the aircraft's all set to go. So let's release the parking brake and now taxi onto Mike as we go down to the bottom of runway 27. It's a nice sunny day today. It's not grey or horrible, so it should give some nice textures for the aircraft as well. So it should be a straightforward taxi. We're going to turn left now and then we'll turn right onto Mike. Okay, so we'll turn right now. Okay, so here we are, now coming down to the bottom of the taxiway, ready for us to enter runway 27. So we'll start making that turn around now. Okay, so here we are now at the 27 hold. We're going to cross over now. We'll put on our strobes to on, we'll put our wing and wheel well, we'll put our taxi lights on also. Keep our runway turn-offs off and turn off the taxi lights.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you very much. As you see, we're going to depart straight out and then turn right. So go past the lovely mountains, which I'm sure I'll include with the takeoff cinematics from a wing view. We'll fly it out with the flight director. We've already got our landing lights on, so we don't really need to hang about. Just going to line up, set the clock, arm the LNAVs and VNAVs, and then we can get out of it. Okay, so there we go. So let's go ahead now and arm the LNAV and VNAV. We can start our clock. So we'll go 40% and toga. Airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Check. Okay, so now we'll make that right turn.
1000.
Check. There we go. So we get some speed. Okay, so we'll go up to flaps 1. Flaps up. Okay, so we're just following the sit out now with the flight director. We'll go up to 250. Just make some slight corrections as it is a little bit rocky. Try and stay on path with the flight director now as we come up to our 250. And then we'll get ready to make that another right turn. Okay, there's the 250. And bang on. So we're just holding it now. And then we'll make the right turn. And once we've done that, we can then activate our LNAV and VNAV. So passing through 8,000 feet now. And now we'll get ready for that lovely right turn. Okay, just a slight overspeed of a few knots. There, we just raise the nose a little. Just puts back down. There we go. Turn in a little more. And now should be okay to hold. Okay, so coming around a bend now. Passing through 10,000. So we can now leave 250 behind. And what we can do is we can turn off our landing lights now. Our runway turn-offs can go off. Now we'll slowly maneuver back around, still flying manually, as we stay with the vertical profile on the flight director to make sure that we don't go over our speed. And now we'll make that left turn to intercept back for the LNAV. Okay. Let's hold it here, wait for it to come back. Now the QNHs can go over to standard. Okay. And there we are, guys. So what I can do now is activate the autopilot, release the controls, and the aircraft is now flying itself. Passing through 12,000 now, so we'll do our ascent checklist.
Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to observe the fasten seatbelt sign until the captain has switched it off. We do recommend for your comfort and safety that you keep your seatbelt securely fastened throughout your flight.
So take off and climb. We've got our, we've done our V1 and V2 procedure.
And also it's fitted with smoke detectors.
We'll wait for cabin crew to give it a rest. Okay, so we've got our V1 and V2 procedures been done. Altitude above 400 feet. Well, the autopilot is on now. Flaps is retracted. Check. Auto brake is off. Check. We'll go above to our engine switches, which are auto check, and altimeters are set to mean sea level, which is standard, and that's all checked as well. So for our cruise, we've got our center pumps, which are off, check, and autopilot and FMC check. So let's check the FMC, but autopilot is okay. So we come across here, let's have a look at our descent. So to our top of descent, we are 95 miles, not very far at all, it's only a quick one. 932 on our legs, go to 280 from 27, so 27 needs to be above, then we go to 30, and then we'll start our descent straight away to AUTIP. Then we'll hit Sordu for the arrival, and if we have a look here on our navigational display, we can see that that is going to be our arrival. So how it's going to go is we're going to come down to Gold, so our top of descent, then we're going to swing a left, which is then going to take us all the way up, and then we're going to turn around for the ILS onto 26 left. So we'll go down the left downwind and then turn in to intercept for the ILS for 26 left. So now that's all done, guys, it's time for our takeoff cinematics. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all guys when we get back for our top of descent. So I'll see you all in a minute. Hi guys, welcome back to the flight deck. as it's now time for our top of descent, and you can see part of the airport's missed approach coming into view as well. So right now currently we are 19 miles from AUTIP, and then we're going to start making our top of descent straight down. We're going to be going for 2,500, which is at Lefta. So when we come down onto the approach, let's just lighten this up a bit. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to come down. Once we get to AUTIP, we'll start on top of descent, we'll start coming down, and then we'll make a left turn, and then we'll get to Lefta, and then we'll left turn it straight down, and then we'll intercept the localizer and come in for runway 26 left. So what we can start to do now is get the aircraft set up. So let's go down to our 2,500 feet for our intercept to catch the glide slope. So 2,500 is set. Then we can also do is set our barrow for the airport, which currently sits at approximately 503, 303 for runway elevation, and 200 for our decision altitude. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So as you can see, throttles are going back now, and we'll go up to our 503. There we go. Then we'll go put that on our first officer's side as well. Okay, so 503. That's all set. QNH for our arrival. So Lima Romeo Oscar Papa. Let's put that in, and we can send that off. Okay. Also, what I want to do is when we come down into our descent, we've got a target. Once we do come down, we're going to put that into 240 once we start our descent down. And then you can see on the FMC, when we get to Sordu, then we'll drop to 240 and then come all the way down. As you can see, 240 under 10,000 as well, which is set. So let's turn our bank to full. So we get a full 30 degrees bank out of the aircraft. Our ILS is going to be 109.1 and a 258 course, so we'll go set that up as well. .258. And 258. And then what we can also do is set up our radios. So got 109, 109.10. Okay, that's all set. And 109.10. Okay. So we'll arm that when we get a little bit closer to the airport. So right now we're descending through 25,000 now, as I decided was going to go to 2803. 30 was a little bit too high, especially as we're right near to the airport as well. So we're now following on to our fix as we get to Sordu, and then we'll go to Donox for 187 as we start to make that lovely approach down on the ILS for runway 26 right. Check our weather. Okay, it's 250 at 12, and our QNH is 1017. Okay, so we can go ahead and preset that. 1017. And 1017. Okay. So the route is pretty straightforward as we come in. We'll basically just make a slight adjustment as we get to our second fix, which is Uttadi, and then at Uttadi, that's where the left turn will then proceed, and then we'll make a right for a left to lefter, and then we'll be, by the time we turn to basically intercept at lefter, we would have already had the ILS and the localizer ready to go. It should be on the right hand side, and then we'll, once it does get on the right hand side, we'll then activate the VOR lock, and then the aircraft will come, and as soon as the glide slope comes, then we'll turn the approach on and then disconnect once we have the aircraft configured for our landing and we're fully established. So we've got our 503 on the barrow, which is set. We've got our QNH, which is armed, ready for when we get down lower. Also got our ILS frequencies, which are armed, ready to go. We'll set our auto brake to number 1, so we're having a nice fast arrival. And for our flaps, we're going to go 148 at 40 degree flaps, and plus 5 for wind correction, so that will be a 153 on the bug once we come down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now, let's change our target speed, it's going to go down anyway, to 240. There we go. Okay, so we'll open up the speed brakes. Okay, so the speed brakes are open now, as we're just encouraging the aircraft to slow down. So I'm going to go to 240, and I'm going to manually keep that there now for our speeds. Then we'll get to 240 all the way until we get to ASUS, which is 23 below, and then that's when we'll come round and get ready for that lefter. So here we are, just slowing down through 260, and now we're down to 249, still slowing. Okay. Descent through 15,000 now. Let's do our descent checklist. Descent checklist ending start switches are continuous, which is check. As we come down, we may as well put on our landing lights and our runway turn-offs. We'll turn on our taxis, put our logo, and everything else is all good. So just at 240 now, making that left turn past Uttadi. As you see, a little bit of turbulence is now coming in. So we'll stay for 240 now. Speed brakes are still open, and then once we get to ASUS, that's when we're going to slow the aircraft down. Take her to 220, flaps up. And it should be an enjoyable one today, guys. We'll get a nice wing view as we slip under the clouds. If there's always clouds, we'll always make sure that we get that wing view. So passing through 13,000 now. The aircraft is basically configured now for landing. As you can see, it is a little bit bumpy. Got a 37 knot crosswind, which is making the aircraft slant, so should be in for some fun once we get under the clouds. Not sure if there will be a little bit of rain, could be, but it should make for an enjoyable approach. So now we'll turn the Q&H's back to the airports, which is 1017. And just descending now under 10,000, slow to 230. Okay, so under 10,000 now. And we're just getting ready to make our descent under the clouds. Okay, so 230 until we get to IVTEC. Okay. Okay, so we'll go to 220 now. And I think we'll slow down a little bit more now. I think, as soon as we are getting fairly close to the airport. So we'll stay at our flaps 1. We'll go to flaps 5 in just a second. So speed brakes armed. Go to flaps 5. Okay, so what we can do now is activate the ILS. Okay. So the ILS has now been activated. Come down under 190. Got our course set for the ILS as well, which is good. So altimeter is set in the set, altitude approach is set, ILS course frequency is set, our VCARD approach rev is set, minimums is set, taxis, flaps, speed brakes will be armed, which they are. And auto brake is number 1. Landing gear is not down yet. And taxi lights are auto. Let's check as well. Okay, so move to flaps 10. So you see the wind start to kick in. It's coming through 6,800 now. Let's get the airport in sight. And we'll start shifting down. Go gears. So, go make that left turn to Letav. Once we do, speed restriction now is 220, 197 at 2,500. We'll stay at 178 until we intercept. Okay, just wait for that left turn now. The ILS frequency should become active as we go a little lower. So just coming round now onto Letav on the 258 course. Just passing through 5,000 now. Okay, so 3 miles from Apesi. And the aircraft is practically ready and set up, just waiting for the ILS, and once the ILS tracks the frequency, then we can activate everything else. So there we go, there's the ILS. So what we can do is we can activate the VOR lock, so that'll keep us down on our centre line for the runway. So the VOR lock is now active. We'll wait until the glide slope comes and then we'll hit the approach. So right now we're going to start to decel again in just a second. We'll go down to 168 after. Got 17 knot winds. So the VOR lock is now active. And what we can do is we can hit the approach. That'll just arm the glide slope, which is fine. So what we can do is we'll go flaps 15, gear down, that'll be our 168. Coming down on the single channel as we're not doing the auto land. .69 stable. Suppose we could activate the right one as well. So then both pilots have committed to the approach. So coming down, gear down. Got our speed brake which is armed. Once we get to our 168, then we shall get the aircraft to intercept for the ILS. We'll level off at 2,500, wait for the glide slope to then start coming down, and then the glide slope should then replace the VNAV path. And once that has happened, we can then go up to our missed approach altitude. So we've got a little bit of rain to make its way across. So there's 2,500. Got some showers now. Okay, so there's Lataf. Weather's not very nice today. So we've got the 168. Wait for the glide slope to come and then we'll start slowing down even more. Should be a nice approach in, nice wet weather. And because it is wet, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put the auto brake to number 3. Actually no, we'll leave it at number 2. Number 2 will be fine. Okay, so the aircraft stabilised now as we're waiting for the glide slope to come. So we're going to stay at 2,500 feet until the glide slope starts to lower and become active, and then we'll switch over onto the approach. As you can see, the weather's not very nice now. So there's the glide slope just come into view, and as it descends down, then we'll switch over. And then the approach will be fully established to come down, and then we'll disengage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and bug the 153, and we'll go flaps 25. Flaps 40. And we've got our 153 bugged for the 148. We are quite heavy, so you can see the aircraft trying to make do. So we still haven't disengaged. I'm going to wait until the aircraft stabilises. Turn off the wipers for now. If it comes back, then we'll do it. Yep, here it comes. So we'll keep the wipers on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disengage the autopilot, disengage the auto throttle. I have control of the aircraft now. Okay, let's turn the wipers off again. A little bit rocky today. Should make for a great approach. So we're nice and stable. Start descending now. Just go to the right a little bit. Back on the 258. Nice and steady at 151. Glide slope's nice and stable, not making too much adjustments. We are on the throttles a little bit to compensate for the wind. They're coming down nice now, so we'll just follow the glide slope. So we've got our flaps 40, we're at 152, which is checked. We've got our minimums, which is checked. We've also got a speed brake, which is armed, and we are established on the ILS. So we'll just lower back on the throttle, so let's go back to 152. There we go, let's not let the wind blow us off course.
Stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Okay, coming back down. There we go, so we can see the puppies now. Should be 2 red, 2 white.
Approaching minimums. 300 minimums.
Continue.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, reversers are up and speed brakes are also up as well. Okay, a nice long run out. As we go through 80 knots.
80 knots.
Check. Okay, so we'll start to let the reversers come back out. And we'll just idle down. Don't know why I've got to change the Ryanair.
Thank you for flying Ryanair.
Ryanair.
Last year, over 90%
Okay,
of our flights
so
arrived
let's put
on
the
time.
speed brake
We hope
back
you
in.
enjoyed yours, and we look forward to welcoming you on board again soon. Ryanair. Low fares, made simple.
Okay guys, so thanks for watching the landing. Now we've got our landing cinematics. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in a minute after we see that bird touch down. Hi guys, welcome back to the flight deck. Hope you enjoyed the landing cinematics. And now I've got one more thing for you whilst I'm taxiing to the gate for you to watch. Now is the chance to listen to them engines being put through their paces with that wind from the wing view. So now you'll hear exactly what them passengers would have heard, and they probably would have thought that something's going to happen. Check it out, and I'll see you near to the gate. Right, so we're just taxiing off of the runway now. Over into the terminal. Nice sunset evening. As we are now down in Romania. The winds were quite nice, I did enjoy it. I thought it was very good. You know, it's always nice to fly in horrible weather, you know, gets your, you can practice more, and you have to be a little bit more precise. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's flight. So what we can do now is we can put our strobe to steady, turn our wing and wheel off, turn our landing lights off, turn our runway turn-offs off, and leave our taxis on. Okay. So we're going to turn into our next turn. To Golf. And then we'll turn on to Mike. And then we'll turn into, is it Tango? India. So now, we'll go into Mike again. Now find a gate that we can park into. Okay, so we're going to take this stand right next to us now, our next right. And we can turn the auto brakes off as well. Okay, so let's make that right turn. Give her a little bit more power. Probably on the incline, the elevation. Okay, so here we are now, at the gate. And there we are, guys, down in Romania. Hope you enjoyed the flight, hope you enjoyed the new livery with the Transavia. And thank you all for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share the flight to anybody. And give it a thumbs up with the IRS dinging off, ready to be turned off. I'll see you all again very soon for our next flight. So take care for now. Bye bye.